Ohayou gozaimasu. Yes, everyone, welcome another video here from yours truly, Tokyo Real Estate Man. Very happy to make this video lately, and really happy about all the comments that come up on the channel. It's a lot of fun from all you guys out there. You know who you are. Looking at the this is really I look at all kinds of stuff every day. This is the gold chart in yen from about 2002, I guess, and this is about when Gordon Brown in England is selling his gold. Okay, and I guess here is about just under 50, maybe. I was a gold bug in Japan then, and I was probably buying gold there, and this is about 45, or Yoman Gosen, which is 45,000 yen per ounce. And if you hold on to your gold from 2002, you're basically gone. You've gone over 10x. And this is the monthly chart. I really like these sort of long charts. And when it comes to gold and silver and stuff like that, I buy it and I hold it, and I'm really boring. And it's kind of the same idea. I think actually the real estate price is kind of in central Tokyo. It's probably reflected in some ways gold. Although I think gold might have actually done better than Tokyo real estate in some ways. So other than what happens, the advantage of real estate is that if you have really good property, I guess, and we have to participate in this sort of yellow brick road, like I talked about the other day. And the yellow brick road is the monetary system, or the debt. Basically, it's a debt system. We call it a monetary system, but it's a debt enslavement system. But at least when you own the property, you can create dollars or yen for yourself, and that can sustain yourself on a month-to-month basis, I guess. I was looking at some other interesting stuff here. I'll have to come over here to my Instagram. I sent this here to my son. This is actually the 100-year chart of silver in yen, and you can see here from about 1890 to, there was a little event here, I guess, here a little bit, I guess, in the 30s, in the deflationary event right there, where silver goes down to 1 yen per ounce, I guess. And then, I'm not sure exactly who calculated it. It's a really long-term chart I found, though. But you see that the silver price from about 1890 here to about 1945 is really stable. In 1945 here, it looks like the silver price is here about 2 yen. Okay. And then what's really interesting is in the post-war period, there's hyperinflation in Japan, and the silver price actually at this point here, I marked it here. Oh, I have to come over here. Oh, this is this is a high ace that I'm looking at right there. And it's in this period here that the silver price goes 100x in that sort of period between, I guess, 1945 and 1950. So it's done really good. It did really well for these people who owned precious metals during that sort of period. And it's kind of not everyone is going to be able to be in silver, okay? Not everyone's going to be like silver, but maybe you're a person who likes to have, for example, the Toyota Hiace. That's no really different in some ways than silver. And there's no real chart for the Hiace. I don't really have a chart for it, but I'm willing to bet that the highest chart, let's say, if the highest was made between 1945 and 1950, it probably would have sort of followed that sort of pattern. There's definitely hyperinflation in Japan during that period. So, and this is the backdrop for what we're in right now. This is, I'm switched over to the map here of central Tokyo. You can see there's our Emperor's Palace right there, and there's his second palace right there, okay? And then there's his Meiji Jingu, which is his temple right there, and then there's his national gardens. So all these parks are basically off. No one can really use any of them. They're all closed off. Anyhow, I'll just keep. Anyhow, you can see in this whole area down here in Akasaka, there's no these are single family houses or detached houses in central Tokyo, and there's basically no supply. We're going to look at one of them, which I think is a pretty good deal. But there's one here for 3.9 million. There's one here. Let's see what this one. I looked at this one. This is for 2.1 million. There's one down here. Let's have a look at it right here. There's one over here for 1.2 million basically. This is I'm operating with Canadian dollars. Let's move here into Minato-ku. There should be some more as you come down into here. This is Akabanebashi, and let's try to push it right there. And there's one for 6 million there. So we can back this map out, and what you're seeing right here, I keep wondering why there's no supply here, and I keep thinking there's no supply is because I think this history of people have figured this out right now in Japan. They've didn't necessarily have to be looking at this chart right here, but this is in their family history, and it's probably it's probably in Japanese social media investment channels about the hyperinflation that's going on right now. You can see this kind of looks like the 1945 chart in a way right here. Look at the push up here from 2018. Gold here in yen is about 1,500 an ounce, and it just pushes up here to 4,800. So I think that this sort of chart is that's kind of why there's no supply of houses here in central Tokyo right now. Granted, one of the things I've done to manipulate this, let's see what I did. I think I put on all stuff with parking here. Did I? I'm just checking right here. No, I didn't. Okay, so actually I didn't do that. That's Shoryuken, which is ownership, and this is parking. Let's see if I push parking, if that actually takes some supply out of it. And yeah, it did actually take a little bit of supply out of it. But everything is still red pill and nuts. But one of the interesting ways, what's sort of happening here in Japan is this real estate here in the center is becoming red pilled or matrixed or Dorothy, ruby slippers, okay? And it's becoming valuable, and it's reflecting in some ways the gold price. But it's really only the quality real estate that's doing this. And if you get away from the Tokyo market and go into far Chiba or Ibaraki, you see that the markets become broken. So this map here at home gives us such an interesting tool, and we can, I think, back out one more, and it still will give us the red dots. If I were to back out 2 degrees more, it won't give me, I don't think it'll give me anything, will it? Oh, okay, this is interesting. I didn't know that. Okay. Oh, you see, that's what happens. When you move too far away, the data doesn't sort of compile. But, okay, here we go. Now, one of the interesting way to doing this, and you can do this yourself when you come on, you're at home. Come on to here, and then start to move the map, and watch, and just let your mind read this sort of data through the rainbow that comes up. And you can see right now that what's happening is, you can see right here as the pattern of color changes right here by the Tama River right here, the Tama River, as you go from Tokyo to this is Kawasaki right here. And then I have a video coming out here the other day. When you move the map down into here, into like Kawasaki, you're gonna still see red here in Kawasaki. Okay, but you're gonna see little pockets of red near like the Tokyu Toyoko line. Okay, but when you get here, and you do see some here just across from Otaku, but as we move here, you'll see a pocket here away from the train lines. But you see here, wow, look at that right there, and that's probably along the Denin. Is that going to be the Denin Toshi line? That Denin Toshi line right there, that you see a concentrations of red pockets. So you can back this map up to do kind of like a macro. We know that the Tokyo market is quality, and it's really kind of considered gold. But maybe this, for example, in this area of Kawasaki, maybe this is more silver. Maybe this is more silver. Like it's operating like the silver is like, silver's the second metal. Okay, I'm a silver bug, right? And it's the second metal. Gold is the first metal. And maybe platinum right now. Platinum seems to be the really live one right now. But you come in here into, this is Yokohama, right? And you can see that in these sort of areas, you can just look where the red pill is. And then you can use this map in such fascinating ways to see where it's better to invest. And where am I always trying to get people to invest is where the red pill is. Certainly, just know when you're going out here that this is going to be it's like buying silver. The silver chart, don't forget the silver chart when we come back here to the long-term 100-year silver chart. Yet it went from 2 yen here to 200 yen here. You're going to totally protect yourself by getting this sort of real estate here in the far off. The blue and the green is almost like silver. That's almost like the silver ones. But when you're in getting where that red pill is, or when the red pill, or the ruby slippers, or the matrix red pill, that's going to be more like the gold. That's got to be more gold. And we'll come back here. And I'm going to move this back to Tokyo. Here, I'm going to move it back to Tokyo. I'm going to move it here because I am the Tokyo real estate man. But what's Tokyo? I mean, there's Tokyo proper, right? But not everyone could be a gold investor, right? But you have to sort of use this. We have to use this at-home matrix in intelligent ways. We can just see where the pattern is. You can just see where it is. So you know where you need to pick stuff off, or we want to pick stuff off. And here in the middle, there's just no supply there. I'm moving this map around. And there's just millions of people living all these. Look at how Nakano is filled in with red. Like, this used to not be like that, but Nakano is filling in with red. It's just filling in. Oh, wow, what's that right there? So, and then areas here in Bunkyoku, right? This is going to be next to sort of fill in here. Bunkyoku. This is Bunkyoku right here. Okay. And then where you see these ones, these are going to be the next ones to sort of fill in. However, it's just geographically looking at this such fascinating ways. And you can see here that we're going to release a video probably tomorrow. And one of the videos that is going to be on the sort of Shinkoiwa area. And this is a really neat corridor. And again, this is more like silver investing here in Stamachi or East Tokyo. Anyways, this is a good way to use the map, is to move it around and see the pattern of what's going on. And seeing this pattern in some ways, I'm going to extrapolate, is sometimes like reading the gold chart like we're doing. Now, I'm going to come back here, and today, I always on this channel, I've had a propensity to go down market. But today, I'm going to go up market a little bit, and we're going to look at a property here that is a upmarket one that is going to be unaffordable for most people, but it's important to look at. Now, this is like Ichibancho, where I'm moving the mouse, which is really old school sort of rich Tokyo market, okay, right here, okay, and this is the Emperor's Palace. So I've often thought, okay, the new money kind of comes down here to Akasaka, and my personality is really a new money personality one, okay? It just really is, just who I am. And I've never really been interested in this sort of area, but this area is definitely an old money area. I think this house, let's click and see how much it is. Yeah, that's the one for $4 million. Now, the one that I want to look at here today was just right here near Hosei Daigaku. This is Ichigaya right here, okay? And this is Itabashi. And this is, maybe you'll know, this is like, I forget here, like, Yasukuni Dori go here to Shinjuku, all the way to Shinjuku. And this is the house we're going to look at here today. And it is a 129 meter house, okay? For $1.7 million, and that's the one we're going to look at today. So we're going up market, and I just had that one we're not looking at the apartment map here today, but remember we did that video a few weeks ago about that 110 meter apartment, or 117 meter apartment on the 19th floor here in the Azabu Hills development for $17 million. And with that in the back of my head, I thought that this house really, comparatively speaking, okay, is this arbitrage? You're going to need $1.7 million, okay, $1.7 million to pick off this arbitrage. But I think this is a really a really decent deal. Now, I have cracked this listing open already, and then we'll move over there next. And this is it right here. And the location is Shinjuku-ku, okay? And this is Ichigaya. And I think it's I'm going to guess Satohara? Satohara-cho 3丁目, I'm guessing, okay, but it's near Ichigaya Station, which is really near beautiful. It's a very beautiful, it sits over top of this canal in central Tokyo. And this is a 3 LDK house built in 1996. So it's 129 meters of space. So it's one, let's say, I think it was, I forget which was the order here. One, there was a basement, and then 1, 2, 3, and a roof balcony. Okay, so it's a real, and it's 55 meters of land, okay, but it's really used really well, and there is parking in this one. So I'm going to try to expand the, see what it says here. It says right there, Chijo Sankai. Okay, so above the ground is 3 levels, and then there's one, and it's very rare. Not many places in Japan have a basement. Anyway, let's crack open these pictures right here, and I thought it was pretty impressive, this house and the price. Given the relationship of the other stuff around here, I think it's a really good deal. And that's it right there. It looks pretty nice to me. So, and there's a sort of repeating itself, but there's the garage, okay? And I think this really matters. It's here on the first floor, and there's a basement as well. So let's keep going through these pictures right here, and it is totally 1996. But it said that the reform or the renovation was done in 2017, and it looks to me like it was done about 8 years ago. It looks pretty now to me though, but it looks like about 8 years ago. 8 years ago now. But what I mean is, it still looks pretty in to me. And again, though, this floor looks pretty good. So if you wanted to sort of update these counters or these kitchen into the now, it wouldn't be very hard to do. My guess is like this is the 1996. This above stuff is like a 1996 thing, and then they just updated the bottom. That's my guess. That's my guess. Like I'm wrong all the time. But 129 meters of space. It's a pretty good deal, I think. So and everything looks really nice and now to me. Yeah, that's it right there. And this is going up, I guess, up the floor. And this is the roof balcony that I really like. This is actually Hosei University right there. Okay, Hosei University. And yeah, that's just, and this gives you an idea. See what I mean? There's a lot of single-family houses in this neighborhood, but there's nothing for sale. And my whole thing is that people are just holding on to their gold, man. And I was watching a really interesting guy's video the other day, and until I watched his video, a lot of this I didn't really clue into this, but like he did all these videos about like concentrations of wealth, and for example in the Midwest and the American Midwest, a lot of the concentrations of wealth happens along the lakes, and the families that are well-to-do, okay, they buy properties along the lakes. Now Tokyo, we know that in the post-war it booms, right? And I think most of the wealthy, okay, or for example, they are from this neighborhood, okay. They haven't really, and you see maybe they pick up pockets of places near like Minato Mirai and Yokohama. So you just have to follow the red pill, and that's where they're going. And they're not interested in Kawasaki, and they're not interested in that sort of near Chiba like me. No, because these are gold investors. They're gold investors, and their land is gold. That's their gold, and the reason there's no supply is they're just going to hold on to it. That's like my guess. That's like my guess. Well, that's what we have to do. We have to extrapolate. Anything that we can look at this? I've sort of covered the important stuff here on the channel. This is 1.7. You'd say though this is a really good number in Japanese. Ichioku nanasen 300 man. Okay, right there. And 3 LDK, 55 meters of land, built 1996, Shoryuken. Is it empty right now? Yeah, it's currently empty. Yeah, this is going to move though. I think it's going to move. And it's just going to be a wealthy sort of Japanese. This is sort of an interesting thing here. It just mentions like all the things that were done with it. The shutter reform was done here, or the reform or the renovation was done in 2017. and it's sitting on this top of this plateau. That's really interesting. I've often talked about how in Japan it's the highland. This kanji dai, takadai, takadai no ue no tatsuchi. Takadai. This kanji dai, like aoba dai, is a really important one in Japanese real estate. Dai, because it's a lot of earthquakes in Japan, and high ground is considered the most important. So, which is why I always love the kanji for aka saka, because saka is a hill. Anyway, and then like everything's kind of been done, and they're saying like this house is on the corner, and I always talk about that as well, and it has good sunlight. That it's the corner lots that are worth the most. However, you could come back at me and say there's not too much land in this one because it's only 55 meters, which is a really good point. Basically, everything was done here in 2017. But there's so much to learn in a listing like this because this is really gold. This kind of listing is really operating like gold. My wife is in the next room. If I were to ask her what she would think of the neighborhood Ichigaya, she would say it's really sort of a top level neighborhood in Japan. And if I could ask her right now, I'm going to bring her on the channel in the next. Do you want ちょっと話していいですか今ダメですか Okay, yeah, I tried to ask her. She's like, no. Anyway, yeah, we've covered all the information. There's two other things we could cover quickly here. Let's move it in here because I'd like to show you what this neighborhood's really about. And let's drop us. You see, I can't even get in there. Google Maps can't even get in there, but we might get a view of it right there. And I will try to expand it. Is it a house? It's saying the house. The house is down the block here, but you can see this is a super gold. This is a super gold house right here. This one on the corner right here because it's got like a retaining wall even on it. And you can see this is really, see what I'm talking about? This neighborhood is, see we can get in front of this house right here. Okay, this house apparently is gonna, I think in the back here from this cul-de-sac right there. But you can see what you're looking at in this sort of house, right? Even like, is that a house or even, no, that's a house. That's a house. And I'm guessing that house, that's the car right there. What kind of car do we have right there? Is it Mitsubishi? Okay, I think it's a Mitsubishi right there. Anyhow, I'll come down the block here so we can get a view of the cul-de-sac. But I'm not sure the Google Maps car even came down there. So, yeah, some of this stuff fails because Google Maps can't effectively cover all of Tokyo. But we can use this satellite view, and I've used the satellite view lately to try to sort of establish it. And you can see though that most of the stuff here in the center though is sort of high rises and stuff like that. And here's the beautiful canal. I mentioned that's Hosei Daigaku, and from the balcony it had the view of Hosei Daigaku, which is university right there. And that's Hosei University, and which is considered one of the Japanese, I teach you the word, it's called Machi, and that's Meiji. I forget now. Meiji, Aoyama, Rikyo, Chuo, and Hosei Daigaku, which is kind of the second level. The first level of university is known as Soke, which is Waseda, Keio kind of universities like that. There's the higher ones is Soke, and then there's Maj level. And yeah, this is the kind of Maj level. And I forget what there's another sort of and there's another level down from that, which is like Komazawa Daigaku level and like that. Anyway, you can see that this is the Chuo line. This is the JR Chuo line and the Soba line right there, as you can see right here. And you can see here's like tower mansions, and this is Waseda Dori right there. And this is going to be Yasukuni. This is Yasukuni Dori, which connects with Shinjuku. And this one goes right up the middle of Tokyo. So you're looking at, this is totally top quality land here, and you can see that the conglomerates, like certainly the Tokyo real estate man. I don't own this apartment. This is probably like a bunjo, which is a condominium, stuff like that. And this could be like, I don't even know who owns this sort of building right here, but like this is really sort of like gold. And what's happening in Japan when we look at the map of Tokyo proper, and where the red pill is going to be like a gold investment. And I think that in this inflationary period, which is happening in Japan right now in a big way, you want to make sure that you have a level of currency because you need currency. Ichigaya station. So we're coming back here toward the house is right here near. Did I pass it? Did I pass Hosei Daigaku? Did I pass? I got maybe lost on. Yeah, the house is going to be right there. There's the house right there. Anyway, it's fun to just talk about all this stuff. I'm really enjoying to make these channels and looking at properties. But in the backdrop, it's so with this at-home page, and it's sort of, at least for me, I don't know if you could tell me, anyone else who actually makes it to the end of this video, do you use the at-home page with that sort of matrix and function of like analyzing things through these dots and colors so we can get sort of price discovery and to see what other people are doing and what the market is demanding? It's really really interesting for me. Anyway, the one last thing that I wanted to do before the end of the video is I think that I wanted to look at what an upscale Japanese family, what they would be looking at if they tried to purchase this house under financing, because actually I think it's at sort of a level where it's almost worth financing. Okay, now I'm going to move this down though. I'm going to move this right down here to about right here, which is about the variable rate that the best 0.55%. This is the best variable rate that a Japanese family can basically get. Okay, but I'm going to have to manipulate it a little bit different because I'm going to guess that if a Japanese family wanted to buy this house, okay, they're going to need about $600,000. I'm just guessing. It's just a loan simulation. Okay, and maybe they would have a bonus of, let's say, the best. This is a Japanese family would have a bonus, let's say a bonus salary of probably, let's say if you made $10,000 a month in Japan, you would have a bonus of about you might get 2 months bonus. You might get, that would be your bonus, but I'm trying to conservatively estimate that you make an extra bonus payment 4 times a year of 30 won a month. Okay, because that's structurally something that happens in the Japanese economy if you are what's known as a seishain. Okay, now this I think is a realistic simulation. Okay, now they can own this house and live in this house for 35 won a month. That's cheaper than Vancouver. Okay, and the savings portion of every month is 31 won. Okay, they're paying 35 to live in it. They're getting 31, and their outlay every month is $320 a month. So you've basically now, this is a way, okay, is a leveraged gold play. Okay, so you could say, this is my argument today, Central Tokyo, you can't get levered plays in gold though. You can't get a gold. You can just have to buy gold with cash. But this one right here, if a Japanese family were to buy this, they're basically getting a leveraged gold trade. And they're you could say that the one problem is that they're into the variable rate. Okay, but let's say they get the 35 flat. They get, oh my God, Tokyo Real Estate, man, what have you done? Okay, I'll just have to do this the way I know it. That basically right there is the 35 flat right now. Oh, if I can get it on the 0.85. Okay, there we go, pretty good. Okay, 35 flat. They've come. If you get the 35 flat and you have $600,000 down, okay, you sold your apartment that you bought in Shibuya and you want to buy a house right now. They sold it. They took the $600,000. Okay, the husband is 40 years old right now. They got this loan. Okay, the bonus is 30 won. Okay, they're into this. They're on the 35 flat. So 35 flat. Their interest rates aren't going to go up over the next 35 years. Their payment is $3,700 a month. Okay, they're just in strong. The numbers work. They hold it for 5 years. They sell it, and it's going to basically follow the gold price. They're covered, and we can see that the silver price after the war in the inflationary period of Japan 100x'd. So it's interesting. I don't know. Like that. That's just to look at like maybe the consciousness of the upper end of the Japanese marketplace. Interesting. Anyway, another video here from the Tokyo Real Estate Man. If you want to buy this house, you can always come here to my website, the Tokyo Real Estate Man, and we'll help you buy it. The website address is tokyorealestateman.website. You can give me a straight email, or you can come down here to the contact box, and in the contact box fill out your information, or if you just want to give me an old school email, that's my email right there. Anyway, another video here from the Tokyo Real Estate Man, looking at a few things, talking about the silver price after World War II, the gold price, the Tokyo central Tokyo real estate market, how it reflects the sort of gold price, and that red pill is really gold investing. And when you get into the blue and green, maybe that's kind of like silver investing in a way like that, though too. It'll still cover you, but when you get away from Chiba and near Kanagawa into areas like far away Chiba and even Ibaraki, there's a scramble right now for quality assets, and that's really what's happening. Anyway, thank you. いつもこのチャンネル見ているありがとうございます。今日の動画はもう終わりです。ありがとうございます。失礼します。